All right, so we are going to do a little mini unit. It's actually only 2 sections, and we're just going to do a quiz over it on probability. And so, not going to do a test, 2 units, just a quiz. It's just kind of a basic probability stuff. You would get more of this if you take, trig pre-calc next year, or if you take stats and more in the future. But anyway, we'll do just a little bit here. Actually, is also really nice prep for PSAT and SAT. So this says, suppose you roll a 6-sided die. It says give your answers as ratios. So ratio meaning like a fraction. And these are all pretty straightforward. It says what's the probability of rolling a 6? So if you know how a die works, there are 6 numbers on it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the odds of rolling a 6 would be 1 out of those 6 numbers. So when they say write it as a fraction, I don't know if this will show up well. All right, let's do this. Sorry about that. So that would be just 1 out of 6. Okay, or if you want to do a percentage, which we'll get to eventually when we're talking in the notes and stuff. But you could divide 6, and you could give it as a percentage. If you want to move the decimal over, so it'd be about 16.6 repeating percent. Okay. This one says what's the probability of rolling an odd number? 3 of the 6 numbers are odd, right? 1, 3, and 5. So that would be 3 out of 6, or in other words, 1 out of 2. So 50% probability. With these, you should always reduce them if you can. So that's why you'd want to give 1 out of 2 as the answer there. And then this one, what's the probability of rolling a number that's less than 5? So you have to think about how many numbers are there that are less than 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there are 4 numbers that are less than 5. And so that's going to be 4 out of 6, which again, we'd want to reduce, and we call it 2/3. So this is just basic probability where we're writing ratios and stuff like that. We'll do some of this today. And then eventually, obviously, it'll get a little more complicated where we're looking at multiple events and what are the odds of multiple different things occurring and that type of stuff. So all this stuff, in my opinion, is really useful. Understanding probability is an important kind of idea to risk assessment, figuring things out, seeing if something is a good idea or not. So you should definitely have a good base understanding of probability, regardless of whatever you go into. So again, this is something you probably already knew how to do, but just little things. Make sure you always reduce your fractions and make sure you understand it's number of number out of whatever you want to have happen out of the total number of outcomes. That's the big concept you'll see today too. All right, we'll see how the notes go.